Hello and welcome. I see Aurora in the house. So glad to see you here. I don't know if you realize I have 1970s kissing potion. Still good, cherry flavored. Maybelline, was it? Good kissing potion. A little bit of Gen X there. So I hope everyone's having a good week so far. We have got some crazy true crime stories in Cambodia for you today. I've got a lot of them, so I won't spend too much time talking about each one so that we can get through them all. We have got Mumsy in the house. Good to see you. So let's get started. The first one is more just news rather than crime, but I've got a lot of crime. So the brand new Teco International Airport. It's actually it's a CH is pronounced more like a J. I don't know why. A CH sound, ch, is actually spelled CHH. And if it's just a CH, it's a J. Go figure. So it'd be Tejo, not Teco, Tejo. I don't know. I just did some videos at the Win-Win Memorial, and there's like the Tejo Museum, Tejo Peace Garden. So I was saying the word several times. I don't know why I'm stuck on it tonight, but so it's gonna open on September 9th. The current Ponchentong Airport will be closing like midnight-ish, whatever the last flight is for the night on September 8th. And so when I go to the US, I will be flying out of Ponchentong. But when I return, I will be arriving at the brand new international airport. So that'll be interesting. So I thought I'd throw that in since it was here. So next up, our first crime story. There is a clinic, a medical clinic, that is facing an investigation after an infant died. So the baby had a fever. The parents took it to, this is the clinic, took it to the clinic, and they didn't really, maybe they have dengue or whatever. Didn't really do anything. The parents ended up rushing to a hospital, but the baby died, I guess, on the way or something. That's what I read before. This is an updated story. So the baby was 8 months old. The parents are saying that the clinic was negligent and failed to provide the timely treatment. So the Ministry of Health has come forward and said that the infant did have dengue fever. So in the afternoon of July 5th, the parents took the baby to this clinic, and they were pleading for immediate attention, but were ignored by the staff for several hours. Apparently, they eventually did accept the baby there, but discharged 2 days later. And the infant's condition did not improve, so they took him to another hospital. Now, the Phnom Penh Municipal Health Department director is saying, generally, when a death like this happens, an investigation team, including representatives from both the ministry and the department, is formed. However, as of now, the team is still preparing to carry out the investigation. He added that the clinic, which is in the process of obtaining a license, began operations before receiving formal approval. And the health department has issued a temporary suspension of the clinic's operations until the investigation is completed. But that order has not yet been implemented, so the clinic is still operating. The director of the clinic expressed sorrow and said he was willing to take full responsibility if authorities find his team guilty of negligence. As the head of the clinic, I stand ready to resolve the matter and take full responsibility if it is determined that there was any wrongdoing by the clinic's medical staff. If this tragedy resulted from a delayed referral or any other error committed by our medical team, I am prepared to accept full responsibility. Well, so that's good of the director. You know, we have to see. I mean, would the baby have died anyway from the dengue, or was there treatment that could have prevented his death? I don't know. So the investigation hopefully will find that out. Oh yeah, the airport looks really nice, Mumsy. Yeah. Okay, so next up, a Romeo scammer. I didn't read the whole story yet, but this guy who's, I don't know why his face is blacked out. He's an adult. A man who swindled a lonely woman he swindled lonely women online under the guise of being a rich suitor has been arrested. So they've launched an investigation into the case of online romantic deception. He's 28 years old. He created a fake Facebook account, used pictures from other people's accounts as his own. This is known as catfishing. If you didn't know it, this is known as catfishing. So he showed off his charm to attract users on social media. He didn't show off his charm. He showed off other people's charm. And it says that in the past, many female victims were deceived. He said that he was a wealthy businessman, and sometimes, because he had more than one account, that he was an influential civil servant working for the government. After luring the victims to the stage of trust, the suspect pretended to be experiencing problems in his business, such as customs confiscating goods or having problems at work, etc. So the suspect urgently needed some financial assistance to resolve and persuaded the victims to transfer tens of thousands of dollars to him. Wow. So the government is reminding people that when you're on social media, check carefully before trusting any personal information, as it may lead to falling into a trap that will lead to loss of benefits. So there you go. It happens all over the world. Romeo scammer. I know, that was a good headline. Okay. Next up, we have a shoe manufacturer told to cease polluting their incinerators. So this is like at the shoe factory, was it? Yeah, shoe factory. And they've got some kind of incinerator that is causing all this pollution. So the people that live near this factory are complaining. 2 incinerators belch out noxious fumes. So it's been ordered to immediately stop the operation of both incinerators. There's a picture, factory workers, quite a big cloud there. I wonder what they are incinerating. Doesn't say specifically. But something in the process they're incinerating. So they've been told to stop polluting. Next up. So this is more of like a follow-up. The ministry, it's still threatening legal action unless the factory immediately stops discharging liquid waste. What is it like a year now you know, where they first found out, they were investigating. Then they said, okay, you guys need to stop. You guys need to stop. I think it was just a few weeks ago, they were ordered to stop or face, you know, legal consequences. And they're still doing it. You know, these are probably the same pictures. So unless it's a new company, but it's a mango seed factory, you know, so the last time it was a mango factory. Anyway, good effort trying to get the pollution to stop. Traveling Fools is in the house. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, next up, Phnom Penh phone thieves are nabbed. So sometimes people ask me, you know, is there a lot of crime that they have to worry about in Cambodia? And I tell them, really, like, these phone thief people are the biggest threat. Bag snatchers, you know, and they'll also grab your phone. You might be in a tuk-tuk and you're on your phone, or if you have your phone on a stick or you're holding your phone, like doing a live stream or recording a video, as like you're walking around, and someone will come and snatch that phone. Even if you're in a tuk-tuk, they will like ride up next to your tuk-tuk, and the person you've got a driver and someone sitting on the back, and the person sitting on the back will reach their hand inside the tuk-tuk to try and grab your phone or your bag. So yeah, that's about the type of crime. But yeah, this is a typical look of one of these guys. I call them freshy boys because that was when I first moved here, like in 2007. There was some kind of band that was freshy, called Freshy, and so whenever they had this kind of style, they were freshy boys. According to the victim, before the incident, this is only at 9:30 at night, he was riding a silver motorcycle along the road. Two suspects riding a white and yellow motorcycle stole the victim's mobile phone before trying to flee the scene. Police and bystanders chased the perps, with one of them sustaining a broken arm midst pursuit. After the incident, they took one suspect in for questioning, while the other suspect, who had a broken arm, was sent to the hospital for treatment to continue with legal procedures. There you go. Good. Another one bites the dust. Clean the streets. All right. Next up, the General Department of Immigration clarifies allegations that it has tightened entry visa applications and visas to extend temporary stays in Cambodia for certain nationalities. So, yes, it said something about 10 countries weren't going to be able to get visas or something. So let's see. The Department of Immigration wants to clarify that anybody who doesn't meet the proper conditions may not get a visa. And there has been a significant increase in the number of foreigners suspected of committing crimes in other countries attempting to enter, which means that the immigration police officers have to pay greater attention to who they're letting in. However, there is not a policy of not granting visas or prohibiting the entry. They just, are paying attention. Okay, so there's that. You don't have to worry. You're a law-abiding citizen coming to Cambodia. You don't have to worry. Next up, this one's just tragic. This is really tragic. Man killed by a drunk driver on the way to buy a birthday cake. I think this is the driver. And here's the motorcycle. Oh, there's also a food delivery driver bag here. I don't know that if that just came off of this motorcycle or if that's a different motorcycle. Maybe it was two motorcycles, not a car. A drunk motorist. Okay, so a joyous errand turned tragic when a man was killed in Phnom Penh by a drunk motorist while on a trip to buy a birthday cake for himself. It occurred at 10:50 p.m. Oh, yeah, it's a car. Yeah, head right there. Oh, was he wearing a helmet? Sometimes people aren't wearing helmets. Interesting. It says it was, gray. Let's say green. It doesn't look green. Gray. Okay, a gray Toyota Prius. So the car swerved and he hit the motorcycle that was traveling in the opposite direction, causing the motorcycle to crash into a bush, killing the man. Yeah, see, here's a motorcycle with that orange delivery. So I'm not sure what this other motorcycle is that. So let's see if it tells us. According to sources who knew the victim had borrowed his friend's motorcycle to buy a birthday cake for himself. After the incident, local authorities arrived at the location and brought the driver of the vehicle, who was in a drunken state, to the police station for questioning and further action. See, I tell you guys, they put you on the motorcycle to usually between. So they haven't taken. This guy's probably going to get on behind him. They get sandwiched in between two officers. So not sure why there's there's this motorcycle with the back light still on, and then which is right here. See, the light is still on, and then there's this motorcycle. So it doesn't really explain why there's two motorcycles. But yeah, that's just tragic. What's you're saying? No new comments. You guys are just listening. All righty. Up next, 5 arrested in a scuffle between hawkers and a taxi driver. So a hawker being a street vendor. Okay. So as you can see, like this table that's set up right here, this little table, and it has all these like little dishes that have little, it's not food in them. It is little trinkets, little hand carved things and stuff, right? That maybe you want to have on a necklace or on a ring or just set on someplace. And so what happened, these people are sitting on the street selling, and a taxi driver runs into them. He reversed into their stalls. They're calling those little tables their vendor stalls. It was right around noon on Russian Boulevard here in Phnom Penh. So they're set up by these trees on the side of the road, and somebody backed into them. Channy's asking me something. I don't know. Yes, I am awake. So the driver was 38 years old. This guy. This must be his car. So according to sources at the scene, before the incident, the trinket seller had taken some materials such as trinkets, religious necklaces, beaded bracelets, etc., and sold them on the sidewalk, placing them on a small table. At the time of the incident, the taxi driver suddenly drove his Lexus into the stall. The taxi driver then attempted to drive away. The hawker ran to stop him and took the car keys, which caused a dispute. The taxi driver hit him 3 times. The hawker then called his wife, son, and siblings to help him and beat the taxi driver violently. This looks like it's probably the taxi driver. He doesn't look like he's beat up that bad. I don't see any blood. But the source said then the police ended up coming down and arresting both parties, a total of 4 people. Yep, the taxi driver and 3 of the Hawker family. But they don't have details of exactly what happened, you know. So there's that. Let me check what Channy's asking me. Okay. America money is called US dollars. All right. Sorry, I hate when that little ad box comes up. Ah, you're listening and working. Okay. That's fine. So now the ACU, that is the Anti-Corruption Unit, investigates senior officials in a fraud case linked to an ex-tycoon. I don't really care too much about the case. I just brought this one up to show you that there are efforts to combat corruption. And so it's not just the little guys getting arrested for crimes. And just because you've got money or a high position doesn't insulate you from being arrested for a crime. You can still get busted. But we can look and see what they did. Some kind of fraud case. 2 senior officials. They're investigating the 2 senior officials in the fraud case involving a former tycoon. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, and the Ministry of National Defense, secretary and undersecretary. So money laundering, issuance of a dud check, 25,000 pages of investigation regarding this case. Oh my gosh! It took 10 officers 1 month to go through the whole 25,000 pages in this case, because there's 32 cases involving this former CEO Lang Chana, which is the woman here. Interesting. Yes, it's the same. Okay. Next up. And also, it's not always Chinese that are the bad criminal foreigners. Here's some Russians that were arrested for fraud. Apparently, they were using the name of the former Prime Minister Hun Sen and using the Telegram app to try and swindle unsuspecting Cambodians. So there you go. And the same warning about before you decide to invest online, be careful. Good luck. Yeah. Okay, so next up, foreign gang arrest. Now here's some Chinese that were 1 million won. That's Chinese dollars. So I don't know what the exchange is. Maybe they'll put it in the story. But anyway, it was a kidnapping extortion case. This seems to be a popular method of gaining money. So it was against 2 women, a 28-year-old and a 30-year-old Chinese women. So a 23-year-old Chinese man and his accomplices kidnapped it and extorted the 1 million won from them in Bavet City, which is basically a casino. It's like a Vegas, only like on a small scale, but gambling. After receiving a complaint, they investigated until they found the identity and hiding place of the suspects. Special forces apprehended them. There were 43, 31, 26. This is them. And so they're currently in custody. There you go. Busted. Next up, we have armed police. Oh, so this is Channy's asking about currency. She's like, what kind of money do they use in America? Yeah. I will explain later. I am live streaming. Because she's like, well, what kind of money do they use in America? Because all the countries have their own money. And one of the very interesting things about Cambodia is it is a dual currency country where US dollars are accepted. You go to Mexico, they're not going to take dollars. You gotta exchange into pesos. Go to Japan, you have to exchange into yen. Go anywhere in Europe, you got to exchange into euros. And you just can't buy anything on the street, right? With US dollars. The only country that accepts US dollars is America. And any other country you go to, you have to exchange your money for their currency, right? But Cambodia, I think, is the only country in the world that also, they have their own currency, but they also accept US dollars. And I think a lot of this was because after the Khmer Rouge, there was no money. They like destroyed all the money, and they wanted a strictly barter system kind of thing. Now they sold a lot of rice to China and things like this. So I don't know if they got paid in money for that or what. But as far as the ideology and the common population, there was no money. And they destroyed all the paper money that there was. Following that, they didn't have printing presses to print new. Okay, it's over. We're going to print new money. No, it took a long time before that was ready. So the US dollar was used as a currency until they got the reals printed again. The currency is called the reals. Anyway, so that's kind of how it developed, I think, is both. And they're trying to do what's called de-dollarization, so that it can go back to just being reals, but they're not near that yet. US dollars. I know, money questions. So yeah, I'm not going to explain currency to her while I'm live streaming. Okay. All right. So this next story, this does not happen very often. So this is one of our doozies here. Armed police arrest a foreigner after a 3-hour armed standoff in Phnom Penh. Look at them with their guns drawn. And let me tell you, these guys in the blue, that's not a normal Cambodian uniform. So let's see what it says. What kind of national? Foreign national from where? He threatened his neighbor with a gun and threw items at the neighbor and vandalized a vehicle. 3:30 p.m. So here they are in their stand. I take that back. Maybe they are Cambodian because look at their shoes. They're not in combat boots. They're in sandals. God bless them. Two special forces with their guns drawn in a 3-hour standoff, and they're in sandals. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So yeah, the suspect was Chinese. Okay. And I'm wondering if those were some kind of forces from the Chinese embassy. But after seeing the sandals, no, I think they're probably Cambodian. So they're saying that this guy was under the influence of drugs. He threw electronic items from his house outside and hit a car that was parked on the street, causing the rear window to break and one right rear door window to break, and one right rear stoplight, tail light to break, and one left rear view mirror to break. After the violence, the victim came out to see what was going on, and he was threatened by this guy with a pistol. So armed police came and intervened and arrested the Chinese national after a 3-hour standoff and confiscated the pistol. This is the guy. They took a urine drug test, which was positive. There's his pistol with the ammunition, and he is currently being detained. There you go. And so this is some of the damage on the car. Took a picture. This is what they do. They take a picture of you with whatever you're being accused of. But yeah, you gotta love the shoes. Construction workers, everything. Everyone's about 28 years old. I know, Aurora. Arm standoff and flip-flops. Must be a magical age. I guess so. All right. Next up, almost 100 wrong-way drivers cracked down on in Phnom Penh. So here they are cracking down on someone that's going the wrong direction on the road. And I have to tell you, I understand the logic. Okay. You see that, these streets have barriers. It used to be just very almost rural. Okay. There weren't a lot of cars. There weren't really a lot of like traffic laws being enforced. There were no stoplights. Okay. And so if you had a large road like this one, where there's 3 lanes on each side and you've got a barricade, it's more dangerous to cross the road. Like, let's say you just want to go a few houses down or 1 block down. Instead, you're going to have to risk going across the traffic to get to the other side, to go the other direction, right, on the correct side of the road. You might have to go 3 or 4 blocks and then turn around and come back on the right side of the road and to get to where you need to go, either the house that you're going to or the street that you need to like go down. Whereas if you just stay, you're already on this side, you come the wrong direction, hugging the curb until you get to where you need to go. So it's actually logically possibly safer to do that. Because then you're not crossing traffic 2 times. But of course, if you're not paying attention, you could run into somebody. I mean, and you just try to, modern traffic, everybody's got to follow the rules. Otherwise, there's like an anarchy on the roads. I get it, but it's just not, I just want to say it's not as frightening as it sounds. I think a lot of foreigners, when they first come to Cambodia and they see this happening, and it doesn't happen in Western countries, that they're really freaked out by it. Like, oh my God, they're going the wrong way. Where it's actually in a Cambodian's mind. Number one, it's the way it was always done before there were street lights and road barriers and things like this. It was just always done this way because it was safer. And it's just logical. to a Cambodian to do, So anyway, they're cracking down on it, and so they have fined at least 100 people in their little crackdown. Next up. Okay. Stupid ads. So a luxury car driver. This is Independence Monument, by the way. It is a huge landmark in Cambodia. I mean, it would be equivalent to the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, right? Our Independence Monument in Phnom Penh. And this looks like she's probably the driver of the luxury car. Wah, wah, wah. I have no sympathy for you. Wah. Today, I drove past right here on this road, and there were no more delivery drivers sitting there. In the past, when I've driven by, yes, this was the spot that, there'd be like 20 delivery drivers just waiting for the app to say that there's a delivery that, needs to be done so they can accept the delivery and go to the restaurant or the store where they need to pick up an item and go deliver it. So they're all kind of hanging out together, waiting to get their orders. And apparently her car smashed right into them. Luckily, I mean, I did look a little bit. Nobody was injured, or at least nobody died. But their motorcycles were damaged. Here's her car, I guess, as it kind of went up on. There's no reason. This, I don't know if you can see how wide this is. This is like 5 lanes wide. There's like absolutely no reason for any vehicle to like come over this far to this curb. It's not part of like how you go around the monument. So let's see. Oh, look at that. Stupid. I think it was almost like probably a case of like dominoes. You hit the one, it hits the next one, hits the next one, hits the next one. It was an MG car. Wah, 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 wah. Look at that crying. Wah, wah, wah. They did an assessment. They took the car and the motorbikes and stored them to await the resolution. Oh, that sucks for the delivery drivers. That's their living. Now they can't make deliveries if they don't have a motorcycle. It doesn't say she was drunk. Maybe she was just stupid. She wasn't drunk. She's just like, she doesn't know how to drive. She might not even have a license or something. It doesn't say. Oh, did it say? Let's see. Did it say how old she was? A woman. No, they didn't put it in here. I can guarantee you that the Cambodian stories, Cambodian news would definitely have how old she is. All right. Next up, tuk-tuk driver. Oh, this is tragic. So here's a tragic one. The tuk-tuk driver dies after a luxury car smashed into it. So this guy wasn't. Oh, there's an arm. It's not blurred out. Oh, that's sad. This is why I don't take tuk-tuks. All right. Everyone loves taking tuk-tuks. Woohoo! Everyone loves taking tuk-tuks until you see something like this. Okay. I mean, before COVID, a friend of mine, it was the last time I was in Hong Kong. While I was in Hong Kong, I got the news that a friend of mine named Chanti died in a tuk-tuk accident. And, it was just before coming back, so I was able to go to her funeral. But yeah, and it's like $1.50, $2 more in a car. It's not that much different. So let's see what happened. Russian Boulevard. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at the damage on the car, too. Okay, according to information from residents at the scene, before the accident, the car was driving one direction while the motorcycle or tuk-tuk? Okay, there was a motorcycle driving the opposite direction. There's a car and a motorcycle going opposite directions. And when they arrived at the scene, they collided. The car, unable to brake, swerved and collided, causing the tuk-tuk to be crushed. So Chinese national, 39. The tuk-tuk was driven by a 45-year-old. I don't know. I don't know that there was a motorcycle. I think the word motorcycle here is supposed to be the tuk-tuk. Look at the road. Yes, there's a barrier. There's a barrier here. I'm wondering if the tuk-tuk was trying to because if there's an opening, this is what I was saying about sometimes it's safer just to hug the side of the road and go the wrong direction, because when you're crossing traffic, this kind of thing can happen. So if you're crossing traffic, you might actually kind of turn to, so here's the barrier, and you're crossing to go to make a left-hand turn. And so you're actually kind of going like that. So he might have been trying to cross, and in that turning left would have been facing the opposite direction. This guy was probably speeding, tried to swerve, couldn't avoid them. Yeah. So families awaiting a settlement. That's how they do it. Yeah, broken heart. Tragedies. Okay, this is a follow-up from last week. There was a story about 4 people that attacked someone in front of a pagoda, and but they hadn't been arrested. But now they caught him. So, and they stabbed him, apparently. Here's all the people outside the pagoda that evening. The suspects had fled on a motorcycle. And it is possible for 4 people to be on one motorcycle. You guys hear me all right? I just noticed that I think the cat just moved my microphone. Here, these suspects were 36, 26, 36, and 46. They confessed that they did indeed attack him to death with a knife. And they said there was a dispute. Let's see which one. The 36-year-old was the perpetrator. Was the one with the dispute. And the other 3 confessed that they were involved, and that they also do illegal drugs, and that they have also already been in prison for drug-related offenses. So they're reoffenders. So they're all on their way to court. Good. So good job. Good follow-up that they were able to catch those suspects. Next up, this doesn't happen every day. When I first moved here, this kind of thing, there were a couple of, at least 2 grenade attacks, like at restaurants type of thing, where they were thrown into a cafe. There was a 3rd one that was really big, that was kind of there was a protest going on, and the grenade was thrown into the middle of the protest. That's a bit that's like a big deal when that had happened. But that had happened. All three of those incidents had happened just before I came in 2007. So to have a grenade found outside a shop, and it was kind of right here next to the plants, is very unusual. So it is a papaya shop. Papaya shop owner got a shock when she discovered the unexploded grenade outside her shop. So it was 11:30 in the morning. Here's her shop. She reported it to the local authorities for intervention. So she was cleaning the front of the shop. She saw it and immediately. So here's CMAC. They're the deminers. You know, so they're any type of explosives. They don't know who. Well, they say threw it in front of the papaya shop, but it could have just been placed there. It doesn't have to have been thrown. But she recalled that she had previously had some disputes with neighbors, but those disputes had ended. So maybe the neighbors had something to do with it. They're not sure. But yeah, not something that happens every day. Okay. The only thing I'm going to mention about the border is this particular incident that happened. There was a clash between Thai visitors and Cambodian visitors at a temple that is located right on the border. And the reason they were they were upset, the Thai visitors were upset that the Cambodian visitors had chromas with the Cambodian flag on it. Because no, this temple's ours. This is a Thai temple. How dare you visit this temple with your chroma with Cambodian flags, you know? So things got heated pretty quick. And it was Ta Krabai, grandfather water buffalo, I guess, I think, if I can translate that correctly. So it was like 4:30 in the afternoon. Okay. People are hot. People are tired. It's 4:30. Things are starting. The weather's starting to cool off, but you've been out in that heat all day. Okay. So both the Cambodians and the Thais were there walking around, taking pictures. When the Thai tourists suddenly went up to the Cambodian tourists and said, "What are you doing? What are you doing taking pictures with that chroma, with that flag?" So this is the temple. This is like people all in the area taking their pictures. I think this is one of the officials that came to kind of, you know, settle things down. Here's one of the people real upset. I'm guessing this is probably one of the Thai people. I don't usually see Cambodians dressed like this. And then here's a group of people. They look like they might be like a Cambodian school group. I don't know. Nobody's wearing a chroma, so maybe they're Thai. So while the two sides were arguing, there were 5 Thai soldiers in black suits and 5 paramilitary soldiers that came up and started insulting the Cambodian people, right? So these are the ones in the black. So these are the Thais facing forward, and these are the Cambodian military on this side with their backs. And so, like, here's the woman with her chroma with the flag. Very typical. I've got some too. This is Thai. That's the Thai flag. So this is the group. Looks like, I mean, I would think this is a group of veterans with their hats like that. And nobody, look, they've got the Thai flag. Nobody from Cambodia was saying, stop taking your pictures with your Thai flag on your vest. It wasn't happening. You know, so why should they be bothered that the Cambodians have the Cambodian flag, right? And so the Thai forces that you saw pictures of were there basically as escorts for the Thai tourists to come to visit the temple. But they weren't really like on military duty. They were just on like security, personal security duty kind of thing. Seeing the situation, 10 Cambodian soldiers who were on duty to protect the temple immediately intervened, resolved the conflict, and told the Thai soldiers that this was not part of the agreement in advance not to wear scarves with the national flag. So they could not prohibit Cambodian people, because in the past, Thai tourists had also come and worn clothes with the Thai flag, right? As we could see, and that I already pointed out. She's smiling with a chroma. You're not going to see a Thai person with a chroma. So anyway, it calmed down, like within 20 minutes, it calmed down. So there you go. Wow, lots of pictures. Put every picture up there. All right. Good job diffusing the situation. Good job. Aren't you supposed to be respectful and peaceful at temples? Exactly, Aurora. Good call on that. Absolutely. Okay, next up. Oh, the government is stepping up efforts to curb sexy online content. Ooh, look at that face. How dare you post sexy content, immoral content. And they are going to resort to punitive measures. So watch out if you are on social media, because the Ministry of Culture, they're going to intensify their education efforts to educate people. Do not put sexy and immoral content on your social media. And there's going to be stricter monitoring to catch people that are doing it. In particular, TikTok and Facebook. Because it damages the reputation and undermines Khmer cultural values. So there you go. They're not afraid that, they're not afraid to put their foot down. But it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to, that's kind of a thing where it's not so much a crime. Well, although they can actually take action if they feel, that you have damaged the reputation of Cambodia, almost like defaming the country, and they're saying they don't want any of their citizens to face criminal charges, lose time, damage their reputation, or lose their jobs, so they want to educate. It's a situation where you need to educate people so they don't want to, but with international access to what everybody else is doing, immoral stuff is all over the internet. You just got to choose not to watch it, haha, it said calm down after mediation. Oh, meditation? I know they meant mediation, but if they said meditation, that's funny. Okay, next up, there is a new bird flu case. Every week, there's at least one. So that's why I want to, let's watch this and see. Is this like just kind of steady? Every week is one, or is it like does it add up to a spike? So the total number of cases is 12. This is a 5-year-old boy in Kampot province now. He's got fever, cough, dyspnea, What's dyspnea? I look this up for a second real quick for you. Dyspnea. Shortness of breath. Okay. It's got shortness of, so fever, cough, shortness of breath. And the team of doctors is currently rescuing him. Interesting choice of words. Wonder who the editor was on this one. Doesn't even have the name of the writer. Rescuing. Whatever. Yeah. So there you go. There's another bird flu case. Next up, crazed. Oh, this one. I have to be careful what I say on this one. This is not common. Okay. I mean, it's in the past it was more common, but in the last 10, 15 years, this is not common. So it's a doozy. Crazed drug addict captured after, off with his head. This is the guy. Look at what this guy. I mean, he's like he's picking his teeth. Did he eat something? Was there cannibalism involved? I mean, he does not look like perturbed at all. They say he was a drug addict. He committed the horrific crime with an agricultural tool. Okay, so there's a picture of that. Happened at 5:40 p.m. Kandal province. Now, okay, this guy's covered up. This is the victim. He's covered up. But in the story, they say bed, and what they're talking about is this platform. I would call it a platform. The platform can be used for eating on, for hanging out, doing your homework, or sleeping. So therefore, it's called a bed because you can sleep on it. But it's really a wooden platform. Okay. So he was drinking. The victim was sitting on the platform drinking. He's 40. The victim is 41 years old. And the suspect is 40 years old. And it's this guy. Oh, and there's something, you know what? I don't know if it's just because the light is kind of in front of him, making his eyes in shadow. But this guy, notice, this is something I learned in photography. Okay. This guy has the light reflection in his eyes, right? This guy has no light reflection in his eyes. It's like he has no soul. You don't even see like iris and pupil. They're just two black spots. And that in photography, you call this light reflection on the eyes the spark of life. And this guy doesn't have it. This guy's scary. They're calling it a machete. There's a picture. So you use this when you're harvesting rice. Okay. It says that at 5 o'clock, the victim was sitting and drinking alcohol with what's this guy's name? Let me check this guy's name. Sierra. No, with two other people. So there's three guys drinking alcohol on that platform. And it says on the bed in front of the house. You saw the picture of the platform. While he was drinking, the suspect, holding that farm implement, walked out of his house and into the victim's drinking den. He walked over to the platform where they were drinking. And he asked, one of the guys that's sitting there drinking asks, "Where are you going?" He goes, "To go and cut the grass." And he walked away for a little while. And then he returned and he took his farm implement, slashing the victim's neck, causing the head to fall off onto the platform. Immediately after the incident, he fled. The witnesses called authorities. They were able to come and intervene and arrest the suspect. and he was tested positive for drugs. The exact cause of the brutal murder is not yet known. They think it might just be because of the drugs that made him do it. Like there wasn't any kind of long-standing issue. They didn't have a dispute or anything like that. But that, I mean, that must have been one heck of a swing. You know how hard it is to cut through someone's neck? That's pretty serious. And so to take this and to swing it, and in one swing, have the head fall off onto the bed, onto the platform. Creepy. Yeah, beheading. His head fell off. I know. It's crazy. Okay, next up. We're almost done. It's 10 o'clock. I've got about 5 more after this one. Citizens call on police not to crack down. To crack down on the moto hooligans. And so here's a picture. We talked about this last week. We didn't have a good picture like this. I told you, I've seen the videos of them riding like this. And sometimes the guy on the back is like almost hitting the ground. You know, it's really scary how dangerous this is. And so, yeah, they're cracking down. Good. They should crack down. The stupid thing is, see, he's waving at whoever's got the camera. They're doing this for social media. So they're posting it on social media. Police can see who it is. They've actually covered up the license plate number. I don't know why. It's no biggie. And so there you go. Police are cracking down. Next up. Oh, this one. I haven't read the story. I hope the cow's okay. If they're cattle rustlers, I'm guessing they want the cow alive unless they're going to take it for meat. But this poor cow laying down like this in this cart. The gang stole a cow, but abandoned the cart after being chased by police. 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, they stole this cow. Poor cow's in this cart with the tarp over it. So the police saw the trailer, immediately stopped to inspect it. They did not stop and increase their speed, trying to escape. Police chased them. They drove into a plot of land, abandoned the trailer, and fled. When authorities took the trailer, they found the cow that they had stolen from a local resident. And so they were searching for the owner of the cow to return it. Oh, good. So I hope it was still alive and okay. Because that just is really sad for me to see that poor cow like that. Most of the time when you're transporting a cow, they're standing up because they're in a proper truck where they're standing, you know. Okay, next up. Young thugs arrested after catapult attack on a woman. I have not read the story. These guys are young. They're not hardened criminals. So what exactly did they do? It was a vicious onslaught with catapults. I'm thinking it's slingshots. Okay. I think they were using slingshots, but they're translating it as catapults. Is this guy missing an arm? What the heck? That's weird. Does he just have his arms behind him? Let me see if there's another picture. There's not another picture. It says that the group had knives, swords, and rubber bullets 10:30 at night because they were trying to ambush and shoot their enemies. But the rubber bullets, right, accidentally hit an unsuspecting woman, causing her injuries. There's 17, 16, 20, and 20. They were arrested. Police seized all the evidence, including a bow and arrow knife, a samurai sword, rubber bullets, and a motorcycle. And they confessed that they did indeed use those weapons to commit the crime. They said that they were having a fight with this other group of people, but when they started fighting, the group all ran away. And then they saw another group of people coming, thinking they were the enemies. They pulled out their catapults and fired, pretty sure they're slingshots, accidentally hit a woman, causing her to be injured. A little later, the police caught up with them and beat them up. What? Mr. Editor, Ms. Editor, what? The police caught up with them and beat them up? Is that correct? I don't know, but they've been sent for legal action now. Okay. Next up. 2 more after this, almost done. Online durian fraudsters arrested. So for any Cambodians that are watching, I think they get a kick out of this one. This is the plant durian that is extremely popular in Asia. Cambodia, in particular, Kampot province, grows some. The reputation of Kampot durian is like as the best durian in Asia. Okay, it has a very good reputation, and people come to Cambodia just to get durian. Asians come. So these 2 people were fraudulently selling durians online on social media. Let's see. They're the owners of bank accounts, which are the means of receiving money from the crime. Another suspect is the manager using the bank accounts to actively defraud many victims and is currently fleeing arrest from the authorities. So there's 3 people involved. 2 have been caught. 1's on the run. So I guess they're like, we'll send you the durian as soon as you pay for it. You have to pay for it first, and then we'll send it to you. And there was no durian. They just took the money, and they didn't get any durian. So there you go. Next up, we have 2 arrested over a murderous attack on a construction worker. I believe we also saw this last week, but no one had been arrested, so I wanted to do the follow-up. The attack happened like at almost 10 o'clock at night. The victim who died was a 30-year-old construction worker. The assailants fled the scene. See, that's like where it ended last week. But now they've been picked up by police who named them as a 28-year-old and a 33-year-old. These 2 guys. These guys look a little rougher than some of the other ones. These guys, yeah. You don't want to get in a fight with these guys. Those baggy pants, stupid. So good, they got caught. They got busted. Last story of the night. Son is arrested after going on a destructive spree at the family home. What could he be so angry about that he went on? Look at him. He's got this little tattoo here, like a magic. This is a magic tattoo right there on his Adam apple. Imagine how that must have been to get tattooed. So he thinks he is protected. He's got magic protection because he got this little tattoo. Yeah. Well, you're arrested now. He threatened to kill his parents. I will tell you, there have been stories in the past where parents indeed were killed for less than what this guy is. Let me before I tell you exactly what. Let's see exactly what he did. He's 24 years old. The father has filed the complaint against his biological son for domestic violence after he destroyed all the household items. Looks like the TV might be okay. Oh, these cabinets had like mirrors or glass, I think maybe in them, and there's a lot of broken glass on the floor. Yeah, broken glass of the cabinet. Threatened to kill his parents. all over 30,000 reals, which is $7.50. $7.50. He asked his parents, they wouldn't give it to him. So he went on a rampage. Well, there are consequences for your behavior. I know that there have been cases in the past where the son has asked for 10,000 reals, $2.50, so he could go drinking with his friends, and the parents wouldn't give it to him, and he killed them, killed his parents. You know, same thing with a husband killing a wife. The wife asks for money. Well, the husband asks for the 10,000 real back then, the 10,000 real to go drinking with his buddies, and the wife won't give it. So then the husband kills her. Then the wife will ask for the 10,000 reals to go gambling with these card games. They do these card games like playing poker. It's not poker; it's a different card game, but same principle. And so it's a thing with ladies to have these little gambling parties. And so she wanted 10,000 reals to go do gambling with her friends, and he wouldn't give it, so she kills the husband. It's equal. It's not like domestic violence is just the guy. It's equal with the women. So yeah, but it doesn't happen so much anymore. Yeah, durian fraud, absolutely. So we got through it. We got through it. Every week there's something new for you guys. Crazy crimes in Cambodia. I hope you enjoyed a little trip over here to see what's going on. Again, it's not dangerous here, just the bag snatchers, you know, and that's easy enough to protect yourself against if you're aware and you're not like walking around, you know, they're not going to snatch your phone if you're not holding it out. Okay. So there you go. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. There's plenty of other things you could have been doing, but here you were. So I just want to remind you that love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you're watching this, I love you. I do. There it is. Get it. It's for you. So tomorrow we'll have another game night. Have some fun time. Whatever your worries are, forget about it. Forget about it. Come and join me, and we'll take your mind off of whatever's going on and have some fun. Aurora says some of these articles about crimes have titles that just make them sound funny. Yeah. They try to. I think the whoever's editing the story and writing the headlines does make an attempt sometimes at levity. So same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow. We'll see if I make my own game or we just use something on YouTube. I'm not making any promises, but I don't think I have anything tomorrow. I mean, it's been Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were full days for me. All 3 days were full. And then I'm like, I get home and I'm wiped out. So tomorrow I don't have any plans. So maybe I can spend some time and make a game. We'll see, but no promises. So until then, catch you later.